y'all have got to stop using the word luxury so loosely when it comes to apartments.
The absolute downside to living in a luxury apartment is that I have this beautiful fridge and I'm so busy paying for it that I can't seem to fill it with groceries.
Come along with me while I show you guys what paying $5,200 in Astoria, New York gets you.
All right, so it seems like the new popular buzzword in today's world is luxury. Everybody wants luxury in a time where most people are struggling to survive paycheck to paycheck, and apparently everything is luxury now. Luxury cars, homes, watches, food, clothes, vacation. But today we're going to be talking about luxury apartments and how that term is just thrown around constantly, scamming and tricking people into paying more when in turn the materials and quality are sometimes even worse than normal old apartments. So we're going to look at some people's experiences along with some of your comments from previous videos. So if you want to be featured on a future video, leave it in the comments down below. But I think this first clip is a good starting point with what we're about to see.
We have got to stop using, actually, no. Y'all have got to stop using the word luxury so loosely when it comes to apartments. I'm in Houston. I was looking for a different apartment. I want a different floor plan. I ended up finding one, but I was looking at some of these luxury properties I be posting, and there's nothing luxury about it. It'd be a regular apartment. No parking garage, no elevators, no nice pools, no garden tub, no walk-in closet, wall stand, got roaches, cars getting broken into. Reviews definitely not luxury. I'm like, where's the luxury in that? Are y'all calling it luxury because it has modern finishes? Like,
there you go.
Almost every new apartment that's being built looks like that. Like if it's a new build, they all of that on the inside. But if I gotta walk upstairs, it's not a luxury. A dumpster? If I'm walking to a dumpster, that's not a luxury. If I can get rained on, it is not luxury. No security guard, no courtesy officer, that is not a luxury. I can hear my neighbor cough, not a luxury. Y'all using that word too loosely. Luxury is an experience, not an aesthetic.
And that, I think, is one of the biggest problems right now. Any sort of new construction, any upgrades with the amenities, basically if it is stainless steel, anything that doesn't look like it's 15, 20 years old is just getting slapped with the luxury tag on any of these listings, apartments, homes as well. We've already talked about that too. I do like that some people are waking up to this issue and are just getting tired of it like me.
You know what icks me the most is when people are so obsessed with the word luxury. Like, I get people that hit me up and they're like, hey, I want a luxury apartment, or I want luxury this, luxury that. Why luxury? Why can't you just say you want something nice? Why can't you just say you want a modern, sleek place? I just hate that word luxury for some odd reason. I don't know why.
I don't know if it was some sort of marketing or we've just been looking at social media for so long, so any modern finishes turned into like influencer luxury type living. But unfortunately, so many people are falling into this that you start turning into clips like this.
The absolute downside to living in a luxury apartment is that I have this beautiful fridge and I'm so busy paying for it that I can't seem to fill it with groceries.
I know it is supposed to be kind of a funny clip, but that kind of is the reality right now. And on top of a housing crisis issue, people could barely afford houses or normal rent in an apartment. So if you add that luxury tax tag on it, it'll just end up being even worse for you. We have some comments here. I've been living in Los Angeles for over 5 years now, and I'm learning that it's all about compromise. It's so easy to be sucked into the luxury apartments that are way overpriced and cheaply made, especially when you're in very big cities like that. It'll actually be $5,000 plus for these popular cities. It's crazy. So if you're willing to live in an older unit that tends to be a reasonable price, depending on the neighborhood, then you'll do all right in LA. But now everybody just wants to keep up with the Joneses, even though the Joneses, the influencers, are lying about their lives online. And even if they aren't, they're making hundreds, if not millions of dollars a year. So even if you have a nice cushy job making $10,000 a month, more than half of that will just go to rent. I found another pretty funny clip here because even though LA has unbelievable pricing, I think the craziest real estate has to be in New York City.
That's it. This is the whole thing. $2,500. And this is the best I've ever seen at under 150 square feet, period. You've got some storage up there, some more storage up here, but I don't know how you're getting to it. Recessed lighting, a separate light for this space, And I guess just enough space for like a twin mattress. No one said it's ideal, but if you sleep up here, then you actually have a living space down there. It's a good thing this AC has a remote. You do not want to climb down that just to change your temperature. Backsplash is kind of cool. You have a full-size closet right there. And then I guess the main living space. And I'm gonna need some help with the best way to lay this out. 9 foot 10 inches and 13 feet from here until there, which realistically leaves you about 8 or 9 feet in this space. So storage is surprisingly decent in this apartment. And there you have it.
And the worst part is, I could almost guarantee they could probably add the luxury tag on this because it's a loft. They had modern amenities, you know, the stainless steel on the appliances, even though you didn't even have central air. You needed an AC unit, a twin mattress at best, and then you had 9 feet of space to, I guess, live in and do whatever else you want. I don't know what else you could really do. But I mean, you know, it's a good deal. It's only $2,500 a month.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but renters are not looking for luxury apartments. We are looking for apartments that are well priced, do not have bugs, and get fixed in a timely manner. I live in an apartment that likes to say that, and other than the fact that my rent has gone up 25% in the past 2 years, let me show you what else they've done. This is right outside my apartment, and it's literally been unfixed for over a month now after the pipes burst. We also have cracks like this in the floor. They're like, literally, this thing has grown. My finger could fit in it now. And we don't even have an elevator at this point because it's been broken for 2 weeks with absolutely no update given. But honestly, I don't even know what the solution is here because I can move to another place, similar type apartment. It's going to be hundreds of dollars more, and honestly, it's probably going to have the same issues as this.
And that is another problem that's sucking some people in certain areas are still very, very popular. It's difficult to get any sort of reasonable price rent. So maybe if you do find something like that, if you stay there for a long period of time, like she said, 25% increase in 2 years. But what are you going to do? You're going to try to move out, which still costs money, at least a lot of time. Move yourself to an entire other apartment that is probably just as expensive, if not more. And then you're kind of just stuck sitting there and completely screwed. And this isn't just a one-off case. There are many videos showing this. I have seen that the cases like this are especially bad in cities though.
I'm starting to think that a regular apartment will always beat out a luxury apartment. We bringing this video back, but these are apartments I would not live in Atlanta. First off, we got Spectrum on the screen. Now, when I first moved to Atlanta, I was like, oh, I can stay in Midtown. It's a little cheap. Let me go tour it. Nah. The walls is thin as paper. And, you know, I'm going to go ahead and add some reviews with these places while we looking at them. Y'all go on Google, search Spectrum on screen, and go to reviews from lowest to highest. Already, we got my property was stolen. Brett Carden got broken in. Like, damn, they shot it and they broke it. What the f?
And this guy goes in depth. This is a long video where he just goes into complex after complex showing all of the issues while they're paying top dollar. Some of the comments from this video: my husband works in construction and a lot of those new fancy apartments they build everywhere have mold and lots of issues. I toured a luxury apartment and was disappointed. They need to focus on quality. And again, another common issue on my channel is that this isn't just a US problem. We have a comment from you guys. It's the same in Australia. They're building all of these apartments, but they're all luxury. Where are the affordable ones? Because the word affordable or normal in new construction builds, whether it's houses or apartment buildings, just do not exist anymore. Everything has to be luxury. And I mean, I have a screenshot up here from where I used to live. Why are there so many luxury apartment buildings being built in New Jersey? And is there anything we could do at this point to stop it? Because they're clearly not being built for us to live in them. It's the exact reason why I moved out of that state. Way too expensive for me, even for the normal apartments, but I can't imagine the luxury stuff. It's got to be around the $4,000 to $5,000. Absolutely nuts.
Do the luxury apartments in your area look like this? Super rigid and boxy and lacking almost any element of thoughtful design. They usually come with this ridiculous list of amenities like luxury vinyl plank flooring and spa-style bathrooms. As less Americans are able to afford a home, more people are having to move into things like this. But where are these missing the mark? They're not incorporating mixed-use design. Like, that's great that there's 2 designer-inspired color schemes. But what if it were in a walkable, less car-centric community? Because a lot of times these buildings exist in the middle of nowhere. Like, you have to still drive your car to do anything. And a lot of these buildings have like a facade of walkability, but in reality, this is just like the communal space that's included in your monthly amenity fee. You can sit under string lights and enjoy free coffee from a machine. But I feel like if people are having to move into apartments more because that's more affordable, why aren't they catering to the people that are moving into them? Like, if I had a grocery store on the first floor of my apartment, that would be amazing.
So, I mean, maybe there's little hope for this somewhat. We've seen a couple of videos ago, some malls that aren't doing too great are turning into semi-apartment buildings as well, having people live above and then storefronts, I mean food places, anything like that below, and overall it being a pretty positive experience. So hopefully maybe we could see something like this. I just bet if we would, the prices would be absolutely through the roof, especially if you had a place like Target or Whole Foods under it. Oh man, that would be brutal. And I don't want to say it's just 100% all of these builders' faults. It definitely works into people wanting that luxury lifestyle, even though maybe they could afford it kind of. I mean, they'd probably be living pretty well. If they're having some issues around the $5,000 a month mark for rent, you find something that's $2,000, $3,000, you'd be pretty good. But people want that influencer lifestyle, and these companies know it and will market it to certain people, and then they kind of get screwed off of a bad deal.
Come along with me while I show you guys what paying $5,200 in Astoria, New York gets you.
I'm just going to fast forward a little bit through what she's showing in her apartment, but Astoria, New York is not like downtown Manhattan, all right? I'm not saying that it's super dangerous and terrible. Clearly the apartment looks nice, but for $5,200, the only thing that I really know about Astoria is that a lot of the sneakers that go through eBay, if you sell in the Northeast, goes through Astoria, New York. So it seems like there are a lot of warehouses there, and probably not a place you should be spending over $60,000 a year just to be able to rent there.
This is my view, and it's really pretty when the sun sets, but like this all was not here, obviously. This is what I pay $5,200 for. Sit. I thought I was getting a deal because when I was looking in Manhattan, everything was like $7,000 and $8,000 what I wanted. So I came over here and they told me $5,200. I'm like, oh yeah, sold, got it. And then I start finding out my neighbors, the prices that they're paying, and I'm like, I got friggin' robbed. Now I'm gonna tell you what else. There is a lot of like amenities, but we do pay an amenity fee. There's a rooftop pool that you have to pay extra for, $1,000. There's a parking garage that I do have my car, so I do need a parking garage. Not included. It's an extra like $380 a month. There's a gym. I do use the gym. There's like a golf room. There's a computer lab, like business area. There's a kids playroom. I don't have kids. Yeah.
So even with the deal at it being $5,200 a month because they weren't in Manhattan paying even more, after the $1,000 for the pool and the $300 plus for a parking spot, seems like the deal is getting even worse by the second. And to add on to that even more, her neighbors are not paying nearly the price that she is. But she didn't want to shop around. She wanted to have that nice super luxury apartment. And now she knows that she kind of got screwed. So I will say that it is very annoying that everything has turned into luxury now that's any sort of new construction, and as we've seen on this channel, that basically means it's a worse quality than anything like 20-30 years ago, so you're actually getting screwed even more. But on the other side of the argument, there are so many people that just sit on social media all day and want that luxury lifestyle that they see, that they'll end up getting scammed because they saw a couple tagged posts on Zillow and how good it looked in the photos and just immediately took the apartment because it was a big open space modern looking place. So I mean, overall, the whole situation is just terrible, but let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. That's all I got for you guys today. YouTube thinks you'll like this video popping up on screen right now, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and I'll talk to you guys later.